Smiles, child. Welcome back to another live stream. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that's damaging your natural hair. So this is going to be a great video. If this sounds like something that's going to interest you, make sure you stay for the whole video. Make sure you stay for the whole video so you can get these tips and tricks, and also share this out with a friend. Share it out with a friend because this is gonna bless somebody tonight. This is gonna bless somebody. So if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Lisa Smilez, and I am a natural hair care specialist here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And look, here on my channel, we kiki, we get that word up in, and we also get your natural hair together. So thank y'all so much for joining this live stream. Little bit of church announcements today, y'all. Okay, if you're new to this channel, you know what church announcements is. It's just basically updates about my life. Before we kind of get started, what's going on in the salon or whatever. So y'all, today, I recorded. I'm still looking shiny. But today I recorded my first. Well, actually, this is actually my second course. I recorded my second course, and the name of this course is How to Braid. So if you don't know how to braid and you're at beginner level, this is going to be an awesome course. I'm so excited I finally did it. The first time I recorded the course, I actually had some help, but this one I did by myself, and I'm so excited. Alexa, stop. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Y'all don't mind her. Don't mind her because she be tripping. Okay. So I'm so excited about this course. I'm recording it today. So we got that recorded. And so I'm going to be working on that over the next week, and hopefully it will be available for sale soon. But if you want to know when this course is going to drop, make sure you are subscribed to my email list. Make sure you subscribe to my email list. If you go down to my website, go to www.stylesbylisasmilez.com. You'll be subscribed to my email list, and also a gift for subscribing. You actually get 10% off your order. So subscribe to my email list. You'll know when I actually drop the course and when I have any other new products that drop. So I'm so excited about that. What else happened today? I just been working all day, y'all, and I'm still working because I'm on this live stream. But y'all know I enjoy this, doing these live streams with y'all and all that good stuff. Oh, just an FYI, the nutmeg, y'all, I'm really practicing on looking in the camera because I'm always looking at myself. And the challenge I had today when I was recording my course was keeping my eyes on the camera. So I'm going to make sure and see if I can keep my eyes on the camera. I just got off of Sophia Melanie's live stream, and she made me remember that. So I'm going to try. Do it like I'm looking in the camera right now. Put a thumbs up. Put a thumbs up. I'll make sure I keep looking at this little button right here so it looks like I'm looking at you dead in your face. Yeah, I'm looking at you dead in your face. Ew. Okay. So, so without further ado, oh, the pumpkin glow butter is sold out. Okay. Okay, the pumpkin glow butter is sold out, but we will have some more being updated to the website. So make sure you pay attention to that. Yes, it does. Okay. I'm gonna try to focus. All right. I did this all the church announcements, but before we get started into these tips, I'm gonna make sure I greet the Smiles tribe. And look, y'all forgive me because I'm trying to practice looking into this camera. Okay. All right. So if you see my eyes going back and forth, I'm trying to practice and trying to be better at this. Okay. All right. So first in the building, we have LA Will. Thank you so much for joining LA Will. She's saying hey. And then we also got sister moderator, big sis Tracy Ann, head usher. She is greeting, saying good evening, Smiles Tribe. Good evening, sister Tracy, moderator Tracy Ann. Thank you for always showing up and moderating the chat. Oh, and I meant to mention in my church announcements, Tracy Ann just posted the link for the one-on-one hair coaching session. So today also I had a hair coaching session. It was phenomenal. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that she found the coaching of value. So if you're someone, you might be experiencing dry hair, you're experiencing breakage, you're trying to figure out what products work, and you want to feel better about your hair. You want to feel better about wearing your natural hair. You want to feel good about yourself. Look, and you trying to you frustrated about all these hair products. It's all these hair products out here, all these YouTubes, and it's like I cannot figure it out. Like I'm frustrated. So if you want to feel better about your natural hair, if you want to be happy, if you want your routine to be simplified, book a one-on-one hair coaching session. I'm going to help you feel better about your hair, about wearing your hair, help you feel confident about styling your hair and giving you new ideas on how to wear it, how to treat your hair, and what products to buy, because ain't nobody got time to be wasting money on all them products. Okay, so if this sounds like something that's going to interest you, you can definitely click the link that Sister Tracy Ann just posted in this chat, and you can go ahead and book your one-on-one hair coaching session. Okay, right. All right, so let's get started. And on my live streams, I love to make these very interactive. So if y'all are ready, put a number one in the chat. Put a number one in the chat. We're going to be talking about 5 things that's damaging your hair. Okay. Now this live stream was actually brought to you by my very own mother. Shouts out to Mama Judy, because me and Mama Judy was texting back and forth, and Mama Judy was trying to do some 2-strand twists, and I was trying to get her the tips, but she was just like, "Girl, I'm just trying to slap a wig. I'm just trying to switch this thing down right quick so I can slap on the wig for church tomorrow." I said, "Ma, I get it, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you know now, because you don't message your hairstylist daughter, so I'm gonna let you know." Okay, so the first thing that could be damaging your hair is using gels. Yes, using hair gels. Now, I have a video that I posted on my page maybe last week about using products with alcohol in it, and I gave y'all the caveats and the nuances to it. And I'm going to explain it to you a little bit more in detail in this one, because that wasn't in depth. Well, it was in depth, but I didn't have long to talk about it. So this is the reason why using hair gels can be damaging to your hair. Sometimes hair gels includes a lot of alcohol. So if you already deal with your hair being dry, being brittle, and you apply hair gel with a lot of alcohol in it, it's going to dry your hair out even more. And so when your hair is dry, it's going to be more prone to breakage. Okay, more prone to breakage, and you don't want that. So your hair can be breaking off, it's gonna be dry. We don't want that. So what can you do? Like, I know some people love to use hair gels because it actually gives their hair more hold. So the thing is, if you're going to use hair gel, make sure your hair is moisturized before you start doing it. I don't recommend just, after you shampoo your hair, just raking gel in your hair without putting any kind of moisture in it. So if you do decide to wear hair gel, make sure you apply a leave-in conditioner first. A leave-in conditioner. And then you want to put an oil on your hair. Okay, ain't that right, Sister Tracy again? Put an oil on your hair, and after you apply the oil, then you go ahead and rake the gel through. This is going to be a game changer, okay? Because what you're doing is creating a barrier between your hair and the hair gel. The leave-in conditioner and the oil is going to seal everything in, going to seal that moisture in. So the leave-in conditioner, make sure it's water-based, which most of them are. That's your moisture, okay? What we talk about, moisture comes from what? Water. So you're going to have your leave-in conditioner that's water-based. After you apply your leave-in conditioner, you're going to apply an oil. Now, y'all know oils seal. Oil doesn't really moisturize, but it seals in the moisture. So apply some oil to your hair. It's going to lock everything in. And so that's going to be good. So when it's time for you to put the gel on top of that, the gel is not going to be as drying to your hair. Okay, it's not going to be as dry to your hair, so you want to have those layers. Now, I know the other issue is, well, Lisa, when I do that, sometimes my hair have a white cast and it has like a white film, and I don't like the buildup. So how you can tell with this is apply the product to the back of your hand. So whatever kind of leave-in conditioner, oil, or gel that you're trying to mix in your hair, take a little concoction on the back of your hand and rub it together and kind of let it dry a little bit, because sometimes when you apply some products, when you mix them together, it might be white while it's wet, and then when it'll dry clear. And then it could be the opposite. It could be clear when you put it on, and then when it dry, it can be have a white film. Or if you don't want to do it on the back of your hand, you can just take a small section of your hair and apply a little bit of the leave-in, apply a little bit of the oil, and apply a little bit of the gel. Wait for it to dry and see if it dries clear. That's how you're going to know if it's going to leave your white film on your hair. And always remember, less is more when it comes to applying the leave-in conditioner and the oil and the gel, because you want to keep the product accumulation down. You don't want to have a whole lot of product buildup. Okay, so that's number one. Make sure if you're gel can be damaging, but if you're going to be using it, don't just put it on your hair by itself willy-nilly. You're going to be damaging your hair. Okay, so I think I did good with looking in the camera. That was hard because I'm so used to looking at myself. Okay, so let me get through some of the comments. Where'd it go? Oh man. Hold on, y'all. Let me reload my comments. Okay, so there you go. All right, so Tracy Ann is saying, "Hey, Mama Judy." See, Mama, they, Mama Judy. I hope you watching this live stream, okay? Because you ain't want to listen on that phone, but it's okay. Let's see. Tracy Ann just told y'all number one was using hair gels. Tracy Ann said, "Told you I don't use gels for that reason. Alcohol, yes, because they have alcohol in them, most of them, and these, and especially the ones who have, if a gel has really really good hold, extreme hold, it has a lot of alcohol in it. And here's the reason why: is because you want it to have staying power. So gels can be damaging, but know when the right time you want to use it. So I got a comment from a subscriber. She commented and she asked about, what is the best edge control to use, and to lay down her edges. And I told her Hits, but also too, Hits has a lot of alcohol in it, but it depends on what you about to use it for. So, or if you want all day staying power. So if it's just like a regular day, you really don't care about your edges being laid all day, I wouldn't really too much worry about it. But just know when to use these things, because sometimes people be going to events, or it don't matter what you got going on, and they say, oh, my edges don't last all day, but they might be using the gel with not a lot of alcohol in it. But the thing is like, you gotta know what you're using it for. Like, if you want something that's gonna stay a little bit longer, you might have to use those products with alcohol. And I gave the analogy about, I did a wedding last year, and a lot of the ladies was natural. So I did have to use some hairsprays and stuff that had alcohol, because I wanted their curls to last all day, especially since they're gonna be taking pictures. Okay. That doesn't mean you have to use products with alcohol in it every day. It's just only when needed. It might be once a week that you maybe put this gel in your hair, maybe right before your wash day. So I don't want y'all to run away from gels, but I'm just letting you know, if you just put gel on your hair by itself all day, every day, that's going to damage your hair. But if you just use it in moderation, that's all I'm going to say. If you're going to use the gel, use it in moderation. And let me go ahead and just tell you this. If you have a gray hairline, if you got grays around your hairline, I'm going to go ahead and just keep it 1,000 with you. It don't matter which gel you use. Them grays be like, what edge control, sis? Them grays don't care about your gel. Them gray hairs don't care about that edge control, because gray hair is very resistant. So it'll lay down for the first couple minutes, and then it just poof out. So it is what it is. Let the Lord do his work with those gray hairs. It is what it is. And just be aware of those edge controls that say they last all day long. They can be damaging. So even if you wear edge control and it claims to slick your edges down for 24 hours, sometimes that's not the healthiest thing. The healthiest thing, you might want to take you a warm washcloth, and wipe it off at the end of the night. So that's another thing. Like, if you're going to wear the gels and stuff, make sure you have some kind of technique where you're wiping it off at night, so it's not drying your hair out, or maybe apply the gel when it's closer to your wash day. Like if you're gonna wear gel 2 days in a row, but you know you about to shampoo your hair, that's totally fine. So that's the caveat and the nuances to hair gel. So that's number one. So put a number 2 in the chat. The second thing that can be damaging to your hair. I hope this information is valuable to you. Hey, Jacinta, she just joined. She said, "Good evening, everyone. Good job looking at the camera. Thank you. I'm trying to practice this." Tracy Ann said, all up, Tracy Ann, all up." Okay. I was looking. I was loving the eye contact. Yeah, I'm trying to get better, Jacinta, because I had to do it so much today when I recorded my course. So now I'm kind of getting used to it. It's just kind of hard because I can see myself over here, but I had to make sure I focus on that little circle right there. Okay, so all right. All right, Mama Judy, they greeting you in the chat. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you're watching live or not. All right, Jacinta has popped in. She said, "Hey, ladies, we'll catch the replay since y'all know I'm moderating so loud." Yeah, y'all gonna have to toggle if y'all on so live. Well, I appreciate you popping in and giving me that engagement. Okay, she giving me that engagement. Thank you for your comment, Q Scott. And Tracy Ann just posted the link for the glow butters. Okay, so y'all don't put a number 2. Tracy Ann also said, "Nothing holds these gray hairs in my temple down. I gave up and just embraced the gray ruffle." Yeah, it is what it is. At this point, if you got that, grays on your hairline, just be honest with you. Just embrace it, sis. Unless you got something special going on, just let the Lord do his work. Okay, the second thing that can be damaging to your hair is using excessive heat. Okay, now this should be a no-brainer, but it's people out here still putting a whole lot of heat in their hair. Now I talked about direct heat and indirect heat. Indirect heat is heat that's not necessarily touching your actual hair. So for example, that would be our hooded dryers and our steamers. It's not directly touching our hair, but it is heating up our hair. That heat is fine. The heat I'm talking about is sometimes blow drying and flat ironing, especially if you know what you're doing and you're not using heat protectant. That is damaging your hair. That is drying your hair out even more. Even if you, especially if you already dealing with like dry hair, it's drying your hair out even more. It's damaging it and it's causing it to break off. So if you notice that, maybe you flat iron your hair every 2 weeks and you just notice that it's breaking off, you need to alternate your styles. Like, and I talked about this before, don't always do the same thing to your hair. Switch it up sometimes. So you might be a person and you're starting to notice that your hair is breaking off because you get a blowout maybe every 2 weeks. And in between those 2 weeks, you going in with the flat iron to curl your hair every other morning. That is not healthy for your hair. Putting that direct heat on your hair every other day or every day is not healthy. So you need to figure out other ways to style your hair. Maybe you can roll your hair with those them old school sponge roll will still work. Maybe you can curl your hair with the flexi rods. Do pin curls at night. You should not be going in and touching up your hair like every other day after you get a blowout, because that's going to be damaging to your hair. You're going to get heat damage. Okay, you're going to get heat damage. So minimize the heat in your hair. This will also help with your hair growing, because another thing is like people struggle with, "Oh, I want my hair to grow so long and so beautiful." So less heat is going to be so much better for your hair. So make sure that you are minimizing the amount of heat that you have on your hair, that you put on your hair. Okay. So did that help y'all? So go ahead and put a number 3 in the chat. Go ahead and put a number 3 in the chat. And here's what I was going to say too about heat damage. People think that, with heat damage, if that hair is bone straight, like let's just say you got heat damage and you go to shampoo it, it's not curling back up. You can do like a steam treatment. Sometimes that'll help the curls revert back. And sometimes you can do a protein treatment. If you did a steam treatment and a protein treatment and that hair don't even look like it's trying to curl back and this is still bone straight, I'm letting you know now it's not going to curl back up. So the only way to fix heat damage is to cut it. Okay, you need to cut it, 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 cut it. You need to cut it. Okay, so I've seen some people who have came in where they thought they had heat damage, but by the time I did the steam treatment, they got that moisture in there, their hair curled right back up. Or it's either been some people where I did a protein treatment and it curled right back up. But after you do that and it don't bounce back, at that point it's just damage and you need to cut it. Okay, it's not going to curl back up and it just don't look good. So I want to make sure that I put that disclaimer out there when it comes to heat and how that can be damaging to your hair and what you can do to kind of recover it. Okay. All right. Tracy Ann said, I'm glad I'm done. I'm glad that I'm done with the total straight hair. I learned that with the silk press. I wasn't fond of that at all. And I used to wear bone straight perms. Yeah. So Tracy Ann has been delivered and Tracy Ann is wearing her hair curly and wearing two string twists. Now I don't want to scare y'all about getting silk press and stuff, but just know you can't be doing it all the time. Okay, you can't be like, if you come to a professional and you get your hair pressed out every 2 weeks, that's fine. But you can't be going home in between the silk press and putting flat iron on it every day, every other day, because that's gonna damage your hair. Okay, so y'all don't put number 3 in the chat, and so we can get to the third thing that could be damaging your hair. The third thing that could be damaging your hair, and this should be a no-brainer, but I had to talk like it's a new person watching these videos every day, is detangling your hair while it is dry. That is damaging your hair. Can I get an amen in the chat? Can I get an amen in the chat? This is so important. And when your hair is dry and you go through with that comb, you're essentially damaging your hair. And you know what? I just thought about something else. I'm going to give y'all a bonus on this one too. So number 3 is detangling on dry hair. When you detangle your hair while it's dry, you are giving your hair no slip. So there is a lot of resistance. So you going through with that comb and that brush, it's just a madhouse. Okay, you're hurting yourself. You're probably hurting your child. So if you're going to detangle your hair, make sure you use a product with some nice slip. Now your hair don't have to be soaking wet. Like, cause say for instance, okay, I got a twist out. Oh, y'all, look at the twist out. The twist out is twisting, okay? The twist out is twisting, okay? The twist out is giving, okay? I had to put it out there. I did a test run on my product that's dropping soon. Okay, so stay on the lookout for that. All right, so when your hair, oh, let me get some water. And yes, I got my long straw, Tracy Ann. I got the long straw. I had something in my throat. Okay, so when you are detangling on dry hair, it causes breakage. So I would say it don't have to be soaking wet. Now, if you maybe just shampoo your hair and you detangle, that's fine. But let's just say you got your twist out and you want to detangle your hair because you want to retwist it for a twist out tomorrow. Get you like a leave-in conditioner, maybe mist it with a spray bottle, just something where you have a little bit of slip. This also works if you're tender-headed. So if you're extremely tender-headed, do not try to detangle your hair while it's dry. Don't. Give your hair something with a nice slip. So leave-in conditioner, a styling foam, something, a curl cream, whatever you can use to twist your hair with. Take that product of choice or that detangler of choice and start from the ends of your hair and work your way all the way up. If you detangle on dry hair, you are definitely going to damage it. So give your hair some kind of slip if you're going to detangle your hair. Okay, so that's tip number 3, part A. So put 3B. I'm gonna give y'all a bonus one in here. 3B. I'm gonna tell you another extra thing that could be damaging your hair. All right, Tracy Ann just put the number 3, detangle your hair while it's dry. The twist out is popping. Do you like the pro tight? Do you mean, do I like typing my hair? Can you retype that question? Okay. So tip. So 3B. Put that in the chat. 3B. 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 So another thing that could be damaging your hair is being too rough with your hair while it is extremely wet. Okay. So say you're shampooing your hair or you putting conditioner on your hair and you detangling it. Now, if your hair is soaking wet, when your hair is like really, really saturated with water, that's when your hair is really the weakest as well. Now, your hair is a little bit stronger when it's dry, but when it's wet, it's weak. So if you're handling your hair really, really rough when it's wet, now the thing is when it's wet and you have product on it, it should glide through a little bit easier. But if you're being really, really rough with your hair while it is completely wet, you are damaging your hair. You are damaging your hair. So be very gentle with your hair when it is soaking wet with product. Be very gentle. And this should be a little bit easy because you already have nice slip from the water. You already have nice slip maybe from the conditioner. So don't be too rough with your hair when it's soaking wet because it's in its weakest state. So if you've been real, real rough while it's wet, you can cause it to break even more easily. It's kind of like the analogy I gave y'all a while back, and I talked about why you shouldn't sleep in your conditioner overnight because you make the hair too soft and it'd be easier to break. It's kind of like a wet noodle. You know how you have a wet noodle and you can just snap it and it breaks? It's a little bit hard to break a hard noodle. So keep that same analogy when you're thinking about your hair. Be gentle when it's wet. And even when it's dry, still be gentle, but make sure you're not just brushing through it and it's don't have no kind of slip to it. Okay, so that was the little extra little bonus tip I gave y'all on 3B is being real careful when you detangle it when it's super super wet. Okay, all right. 3A, use leave-in conditioner to help the comb slip through. Thank you for putting that, Tracy. And she put the 3A and 3B. Yes, 3B. Don't be rough with your hair while it is wet. Yes, yes, yes. The twist out. Okay, I don't read that one. Oh, Tracy Ann, when you get a chance, can you retype your question so I can make sure I'm answering it right? Okay, so y'all put a number 4. Put a number 4 in the chat, and we're gonna talk about the fourth thing that's damaging your hair. We're gonna put the fourth thing. I'm gonna take a sip of my water. Okay, so the fourth thing that could be damaging your hair is protective styles. What? But Lisa, it says protective styles. Yeah, you could be damaging your hair with these protective styles. And now look, I'm gonna explain why. Sis, if you already got split ends, sis, if your hair already be dry on the regular, sis, if you have a hard time keeping your scalp moisturized, your hair moisturized, what are we protecting? Ouch. Now I know that hurt. I know. But I'm saying this out of love tonight. I'm trying to help you. Okay. I'm trying to let you know that you just damaging your hair and making it worse. Now I'm gonna help you out. Now, even though that was a little harsh, but I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna help you. Okay. Oh, Tracy Ann said, do you like to sample? Do you like to sample your product? Yes, Tracy Ann. Yes. It smells delicious. It's nice and slippery. I love it. I love it. And I'm actually going to try it on some of my clients too because I be gassing, but I don't want this to be about me. The people have to love it, okay? The people have to love it. So I'm going to be testing it with some of my clients as well. So yeah. All right. So let's talk about the protective styles. Now, if you have split ends, now, and you put in protective style, split ends when your ends are split, they're dry. Okay, so if you having this protective style, they're gonna just split even more. Especially if you're doing the style where you're adding weave, like if you're getting braids and crochet. Synthetic hair is very drying. So when you have that synthetic hair rubbing up against your natural hair, it's more drying. Now I know you might moisturize before you put the protective style in, but if them ends is split, your ends are like this when they split. So as soon as you put the moisture in, it's coming out because your ends are split. You need to keep your ends clipped because it's going to keep the moisture and everything locked in. So, and especially when you have the protective styles, it's going to be kind of hard to keep your ends moisturized because it's going to be all braided up and it's going to be rubbing against that fake hair. So that's causing more damage. The other thing is if you already suffer with dry scalp and dry hair, you have a hard time keeping it moisturized. A lot of times when people get protective styles, it's so we can chill. Okay, like I ain't gotta do nothing to my hair. I can just chill. They're not really taking care of their scalp. They're not really taking care of their hair underneath, and so essentially you neglect your hair and you call it protective style. Okay, so if you deal with dry scalp already and you haven't figured out how to get that thing together, I wouldn't advise you put it in there. You also can shampoo your hair while you have protective styles in. Okay, some people don't want to do that because they say, "Oh, my hair gonna look old." But seriously, if you're dealing with dry scalp, you need to shampoo that. Okay, so make sure your hair is healthy before you put the protective style in because we want to protect our healthy hair. If it's not healthy, we ain't protecting nothing. So the key thing I want you to know is get your hair in a healthy state before we start. Let's address the problems. Let's address why is your scalp always dry? Why is it always flaking up? Let's get a routine together so once we get your scalp regulated and you put in your hair moisture is regulated. So when we put in this protective style, it's not drying your hair out more. And then also when you have the protective style, you still have to take care of your scalp. Okay, you still have to take care of your scalp and take care of your hair underneath if you can get to it. Okay, so hopefully that helps. All right. Thank you, Tracy Ann, for posting the link. She said the October calendar is open. And look, that October calendar is looking real slim. So may the odds be favored in your favor. Okay. If you haven't booked your hair appointment, make sure you go ahead and go on the website and book. All right. Tracy Ann said I was just going to ask if you want to try it on your clients. Right on. Okay. I know Trina will tell the truth. You know Trina will. And I think I just did Trina hair not too long ago. But yeah, I think she has an appointment coming up. So yeah, she gonna tell you the truth now. Y'all gonna tell me the truth, okay? And Tracy Hansen said, try the honey almond coconut milk or organic shampoo for long lasting moisture. Thank you so much for posting it, Tracy again. Okay, so let's post put number 5 in the chat. Put number 5 in the chat. I'm gonna give y'all the 5th thing that could be damaging your hair. Did I not put my phone do not disturb? Hold on, y'all. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I had to put my phone on do not disturb because I didn't want to be distracted by the messages. So, um, okay. All right. So, the 5th thing that could be damaging your hair is not wrapping your hair at night, not tying your hair up at night because you're like, Lisa, nothing stays on my hair. So, what's the point of wrapping my hair? I'm going to just go to bed. And you falling asleep on a pillowcase. That is damaging your hair. That is for sure damaging your hair. Now, here's the reason why. The reason why I encourage and why you should be wrapping your hair, and when I say wrapping your hair, I don't mean like the old school, like how we used to wrap it around. But if you have a blowout, of course, do that. But the reason why I say that, when I say wrapping, I mean using a satin scarf or a satin bonnet on your hair. The reason why satin locks the moisture in. So if you don't moisturize your hair, you want to keep everything locked in. So you're going to wear a satin head wrap or a satin bonnet. Cotton, on the other hand, dries it out. Because think about like when you're going to the gym and you wearing cotton things, you have all that sweat and stuff on your shirt. It's absorbing all the moisture, so it's taking all the moisture out your hair. So when you go to bed and you just sleep on that cotton pillowcase, you're making it worse and you're damaging your hair. This is going to increase the dryness. This is going to increase you having more split ends, and your curls ain't gonna be popping. So I hear this a lot, that people, if even if the head wrap come off at night, they don't even try. Try putting it on. Now, if you're a person, you sweat a lot in your sleep, and you like, Lisa, wearing the bonnets it's just hot, or tying my hair with a scarf it's just hot, get you a satin pillowcase. Okay, get you a satin pillowcase. At least start off the night on a good note. Like, even though if you know the scarf or the bonnet is going to come off, start off the night on a good note. Okay, it might come off 3 o'clock in the morning, but I would rather you put it on and it fall off than versus you just start off with it not on at all. But to counter out this, get you a satin pillowcase. So any event that your bonnet or your headscarf come off at night, you have the satin pillowcase. You have a backup plan. You have a backup plan for the backup plan. Okay. Backup plan for the backup plan. Okay. All right. Tracy Ann said, I want to see Miss Sarah's twist with the new product. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. So I'll make sure you show that. I'll make sure I show that on different hair textures with those who are silver white. And you know what? My mama's supposed to be coming for her hair thing. So I'm gonna try it on my mama. And yeah, we're gonna see how it works on various people so y'all can see what their product is like, okay? And Tracy Ann said, not wearing a satin bonnet or satin wrap at night. Yeah, that's gonna be damaging. Now, there are definitely more things that's going to be damaging to your hair, but these were the first 5 things that kind of popped up in my mind, and especially more often that I hear and I see with natural hair. So make sure you avoid these 5 things. I'm going to go through them again. Number 1, we said using gels. That's damaging to your hair. Number 2 is excessive heat. Number 3 is detangling on dry hair. That was 3A. And 3B was being too rough with your hair while it's wet. Number 4 was protective styling. And number 5 was not wrapping your hair at night. So do we have any questions tonight? If you have any questions and comments, concern, you can go ahead and put them in the chat. Oh, also, if you're watching in replay and you have a question and you want me to touch it, make sure you comment below in the comment box, and I can either answer it with a video and answer it, or either just text you back under the comment and let you know your answer to your comment. So I hope this video helped y'all tonight. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I ain't even gonna lie to you. My eyes are getting a little low. So I ain't gonna be up for all night. Welcome to C-Lod. Thank you so much for joining. She said, ouch. Absolutely. Yeah. I hope these tips help y'all, and make sure y'all share this video out, to somebody, so it can help them with their healthy hair goals. All right, Tracy Ann said, I do feel like at a certain age you should be wrapping your hair at night automatically. My mom was doing it lately and I had to tell her something about it. Yeah. Even the little babies, even if you have like a young child, get them into the habit of wrapping in their hair and getting bonnets. And you know what? It just made me think about something else. I have to see if I can get some kid size bonnets. Now, these last bonnets that I did have, they do fit little kids' heads, because one of my clients brought one for her daughter, and I think, how old is she? 3 or 4. Reagan is 3 or 4. And y'all, it was just so cute seeing her wearing that bonnet. So they do fit little kids' heads, but maybe I can get some other nice, cute kid colors as well. So get your kids in a habit, even at a young age, of tying up their hair at night. Go ahead and train them up in the way they should go now. So when they get older, they won't depart. Y'all know me. We're gonna get the word up in you. Okay, welcome to Stylez said, what about little tangles on the end of the hair? So are you asking about what's your question about the ends on the hair? What you mean by the ends on the hair? If you have tangles, if you have the little tangles on the end of your hair, it could be a sign. I don't know if that's what you asking, but it could be a sign that you need to trim. And maybe some of the tangles are from you not wrapping it up consistently at night, or maybe you haven't detangled your hair thoroughly. So let me know, Sila, if that answers your question. Yep. Tracy Ann says she used a backup satin pillowcase. Yep. That's a game changer. And I say always keep at least one pillow on your bed, because I keep multiple pillows on my bed. Always just have one pillow that you kind of like tuck behind, like maybe your decorative pillows. That's a satin pillowcase. In case it's one of those nights where you just felt like you really don't have the energy to get up to go in the bathroom to get your scarf or wherever you keep your head scarf at. Always keep you a backup pillow on your bed that stays with a satin pillowcase. So if you get too tired and you fall asleep in the bed, you just grab that satin pillowcase. And do the same thing if you fall asleep on the couch, because I don't stop falling asleep on my couch. I don't take naps on my couch like that as much anymore. But also I used to keep like just a satin pillowcase like in my ottoman, in my you know how you had an ottoman in your living room. So I would keep one in there. So if I happen to take a nap, it don't have a pillow in it, but I would just pull it off and just lay it on the couch and just lay my head down. Or I'll put it over one of my decorative pillows in my living room. I'll put the pillow inside the satin pillowcase and just fall asleep, take a nap. But I try not to fall asleep on my couch anymore. Getting better at that. I don't know how to do it no more because I want to keep my couch nice. All right. I feel like an adult. I feel like an adult. Okay. All right. Okay. Sila said, so like taking down two strand twists and everything tangles on the ends. Oh yes, Sila. Okay, so let me address that. Thank you for answering that question. That is a problem that I see. People take out their two strand twist and they have little tangles on the end. So more than likely, this is happening because you're probably not taking down your two strand twist the right way. Can I go get Abina so I can kind of demonstrate something? Can we have a commercial break? Can I go get Abina? Let me go get Abina out the office. Hold on. Abina, where are you? Okay, here she go. Okay, I'm back. I had my microphone on, so y'all probably heard me. Let me take out one of these braids. So I'm going to show y'all right quick the common issue that I see when people get ready to take out their two strand twist and what causes the tangles. More than likely, you're not removing the two strand twist properly, and so that's what causes it. And it's a certain way that you take it down. Okay. Tracy Ann said, I just seen a product called Free Your Curls. It's a silk sleeve that slides over the head portion of a baby's mattress so their hair don't rub off. That is a very genius idea, Tracy Ann. That is very genius. And I even gave that tip for those who might have babies who still use a car seat. Even the back of that car seat can be drying. So you can even get you a satin pillowcase or a satin scarf and kind of find some kind of way to concoct it and pin it. So, the baby's riding in the car, they crying or they looking back and forth, and their hair is rubbing on the back of that car seat. Now that's an ideal for me. That's an ideal for me to create for our natural babies. So that could be drying your baby's hair out, and that's probably why they have maybe it's always dry in the back and it's breaking off, and that's because it's rubbing it against their car seat. So the fact that somebody created a mattress sleeve that is for the baby mattress, that's a game changer. That is a game changer. See, like the little tangles on the end could mean you need a trim. Yep. The tangles on the end could mean two things. You need a trim or you're not properly removing the two-strand twist the right way. Okay, so I'm about to show you something right quick. Tracy Ann said, I find you do have to take down the twist from the very tip and don't rush because that can make it tangle too. Yep, you're right. So the main thing I see, so here's a two-strand twist, okay? So people will start right here and they'll unraveling it. And see what's at the end. You see that at the end? It's a tangle. That's the incorrect way. And then you got tangles on the end. So when you untangle, when you take down your twist out, like Tracy Ann said, start at the ends, at the tip. Don't start at the root. Don't start untwisting it from the middle of the hair. Start from the very, very end. Oh, let me twist this back. Hold on, y'all. Doing a little raggedy twist so I can show y'all. So when you got your two-strand twist, you basically can take your hands and coil it in the opposite direction and start from the ends and keep pulling your hands down to unravel it. Okay, do it that way. It's the same way if you were to detangle your hair. When you detangle your hair, you don't start up here and then start combing down because you can have tangles. So start when you detangle, you're supposed to start on the ends and work your way up. That's how you prevent it hurting so much. Same thing with taking down your two-strand twist. Start at the end and work your way up. And that's how you can eliminate some tangles. If you do start from the end and work your way up and you notice it's still tangling, it's probably a sign that you need to trim. Okay, so Sila, I hope that answered your question. And yeah, Tracy Ann made a good tip. Another observation: don't rush because when you're rushing, taking them down, and you're doing it too fast, you're probably going to cause tangles in the hair as well. Another, then now I went down a ramp page, but I'm gonna put these tips right here again too. Another reason why your hair is probably tangling it on the ends too is I expressed to make sure you properly detangle your hair before you even start twisting. That's another game changer. So sometimes like we be in a rush and we don't make sure we comb the hair all the way out. And another one is you're not using two even sections. Now I done went down the whole rabbit hole just off of that one thing, Sila. But I'm giving you all the areas on all the what I'm trying to say, all the reasons why you could have tangles. So you can kind of do a trial and error with your hair. So if it's not detangled good, so make sure you before you start twisting your hair, you detangle it real good and then twist. If you didn't detangle really, really good before you start twisting, that's another reason you have tangles. Another one is too, I always express when you start out your two-strand twist, two even sections. That's important because when you start borrowing sections and then when you go to untwist it, that could be another reason why it tangle. I want to make sure I'm covering up my mic. Okay. All right. The Fruitful Wife just joined. Thank you so much for joining the Fruitful Wife. She said, blessings, everyone. Tracy Ann said, you gave all the reasons for end tangles. I sure did. I just went down the whole rabbit hole, but that probably blessed somebody. Now, somebody probably done clicked off at the 30-minute mark and you done missed your blessing. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody done clicked off. And if you would have stayed to at least a 48-minute mark, you would have got your answer to your question. But you was ready to go. So I hope this was a blessing to somebody. And thank you for answering that, C-Law, because that probably helped somebody else, okay? C-Law said, I totally agree with you. Rushing and needing a trim. Someone mentioned that it was a sign that more oil was needed on the ends. Yes, and another thing is keep your ends moisturized. Now, y'all know Tracy Ann, she love oil. Tracy Ann love oil, so keep your ends oiled, okay? Keep them ends oiled, okay? Another one is, see, like, make sure your hands are not dry when you taking it down. So apply some oil or something to your hands. So when you're taking it down, your hair has nice slip, okay? That's going to reduce the frizz and the tangles. the frizz and the tangles. And that's a telltale sign. I did a video of 3 signs that you might need to trim. And one of them was having a hard time detangling. If you're having a hard time detangling the ends of your hair, that's a sign you need to trim. If you got little straggly ends like Abena, look at Abena ends. If your ends look like that, you need to trim. You see how it's thick and then it thins out? It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't get thinner. That's another one. That's another sign. Your hair like it's thinning out at the end. That's a sign that you need to trim. You got the straggly ends, that's a sign that you need to trim. If it take you longer to detangle, sign you need to trim. Stylez say 4C hair has the hardest challenges. And you know what? I want to address that. I want women to understand it doesn't matter how tight and how loose your hair is. All hair can have challenges. It's women with even looser curl pattern and they're like, oh my gosh, my hair is a challenge. The thing is, get educated on what works for your hair. Get educated. So it don't have to be challenging. Because I don't want people, because God, now I gotta put the word up in there. Yep, I gotta put the word up in us now. God gave us his natural hair, okay? And I know in this life we're gonna have struggles, but natural hair shouldn't be one of them. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. So if 4C hair does not have to be a challenge, and I want to, help people feel comfortable and happy and confident about their 4C hair. And y'all know me, I don't really do the whole hair typing thing because people are like, oh, it's not that deep, okay? Just healthy hair is just healthy hair. But I want women to feel comfortable about wearing their natural hair, feel confident about styling, and not look at it as a difficulty. I know sometimes, like some of my clients with their thick hair, they be putting me through, but also educating them on how to make things easier. You want to feel like, okay, I can do this, even though my hair is a little bit tighter. When you figure out what works for your hair, you figure out the right products and the right routine, you can make your hair care regimen a whole lot easier. A whole lot easier. So it might be challenging at first, Sila, but the more and more you get your hair tips and you get educated, it's going to be a whole lot easier. A whole lot easier for you. A whole lot easier. So I hope they encourage you. And Tracy Ann just posted, try the rosemary mint, honey almond, or coconut styling foam to give your twist out extra hold. Yes, yes, yes. So if you're looking for a styling foam with extra hold, the rosemary and the coconut is good for that. Sila said, I should have closed my mouth. No, it's okay. No, Sila, you needed to say that because I'm glad you put that in the chat, because it's probably other people like, man, well, Lisa, you don't understand. Like, my hair is so tight and coily, like it's just so hard and da da da. Okay, but the more and more you stay on this channel and you get these tips and you get educated, it's gonna get a little bit easier. And when if you got that 4C hair and it's real thick, you have to make sure you're keeping those ends trim, because if you ain't keeping those ends trim and your hair is real thick and coily, yes, it is going to be hard. It is going to be hard. So make your life easier and keep up with your trims, keep up with your treatments. It's going to make your natural hair a whole lot easier. And that's why I get up here and I give y'all tips, even for my clients who come to me on a regular basis, because I tell my clients, even the clients that come see me, I have clients who come see me once a week. I have clients who come see me every 2 weeks. Even if you do come see me once a week or every 2 weeks, you are still with your hair more than me. You still see your hair more than me. It's just like going to the doctor. You might go to the doctor once a year and get your physical. You're with yourself more, so you have to make sure you're keeping up with it. You come to me and I do a checkup and stuff, but you have to keep up with it. So I'm just here to educate you on what you can be doing in between your appointments, what you can be doing at home to make your life easier. Okay. And look, another shameless plug is, if you want to feel better about your hair, if you don't want to struggle with your hair, you can go ahead and book the one-on-one hair coaching session. Okay, that's the whole reason why I have it. Even if you're not locally in the area, we can hop on Zoom and I can help you figure it out. And you're gonna feel a whole lot better that you did it and that you ain't gotta search through these YouTube and try all the DIYs. Cause child, they be killing me with these DIYs. You hear me? Okay. Tracy Ann said, know what works for your hair. Yeah. And we have to be patient with ourselves and give ourselves time to learn our hair. And some people, they'll use one product one time and say, Lisa, it's not working. Lisa, it's not working. Girl, you ain't even gave the product time to work. You ain't even gave it time. Like, you gotta try techniques out. You gotta try stuff out and see if it worked. And so one thing I had coached a client today. She had booked a coaching session, and so I had personalized her whole hair care regimen. And I said, look, I gave her step by step. Oh, Coach Sheena's live. Oh, I gotta finish, y'all, because I gotta hear my Coach Sheena. I gave her step by step on what she should be doing to her hair. Okay, for a whole month. And I said, after this month, we're gonna do a follow-up call and see how everything is working, because your hair got to get used to something. Okay. So I hope this live stream has been a blessing to y'all and it helped y'all. So make sure if it did, do all the YouTube stuff. I heard somebody say that. Do all the YouTube stuff. Like it, share it, subscribe, whatever. Just do all the YouTube stuff. Y'all know what to do. Y'all here on YouTube, y'all know what to do. So I want to thank my moderators, Sister Tracy Ann, and we're gonna thank Sister Acacia. She probably here in spirit. And we're gonna thank Coach Mama Tish, even though they're not here tonight. We're gonna still thank them for their service. Thank you for showing up to this live stream and getting these tips and giving me these engagements. Okay. All right. So yes, DIY YouTube kitchen sink. Yes, Sela. Yes. All right. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in another video. Bye.